A KRFO interview with the coach for Owatonna's adapted floor hockey team, John Scheil. The team has made it back to the state tournament again. John, very exciting time.
It is a very exciting time.
What's the reaction from the players? What do they think about this?
I think the players are just as excited as ever. Last year we made it to state as well, as you had mentioned, and this year is no different. We've got a pretty talented squad out there, so they're getting pretty fired up and ready to go to state on Friday.
Now, this has been a fantastic season. You guys haven't lost a game. Tell me about the season, a recap.
Yeah, so we started off this year with pretty much the same group as we did last year. We graduated one senior last year, so we have a lot of kids coming back. We brought in some new 8th graders this year, which is kind of cool. Made our roster a little bit bigger. We've been really working well together. As you said, we're 12-0 right now. Some of our key players have really stepped up, like Alex Burns and Zach Spencer. At points, they've really taken the game and put it on their backs and helped us walk away with some victories. So it's been a good season.
What's been the closest call to having that unbeaten string snapped?
Oh, man, the closest call, I don't even remember. The closest call was probably when we played New Prague in New Prague. It was, I don't remember the score, but they pressured us all the way until about the third period, and then we finally got a couple goal lead and ended up winning. But that was our hardest, probably our hardest game of the year, where we had to really keep our top lines out there so that we could win.
How do you feel about the potential of this group at state?
I feel really good. We're playing a team in the first round that we've already played this year, so that's kind of nice. We know some of their tendencies and what they like to do. But if we can start off kind of hot, I think we have the potential to go pretty far in the state tournament. So,
what are the strengths for Owatonna? What does the team do well?
This year we really focused on our defense and kind of setting up our defensive zone and where we need to be and how to get the puck out. And so our defense has definitely stepped up this year, and I would say that's one of our strengths. On offense, we have a couple kids who are just really good goal scorers, and they can find the back of the net, which is another strength because a lot of the teams that we play, they don't have that one or two extremely dynamic kids who can change the game. So having those kids as well makes a huge difference for us as a team.
Now, they say defense wins championships, but, the kids want to score goals. Does the team take well to that idea of being proud of their defensive effort?
They do. For the most part, our kids either play offense or defense. We don't switch them very often, besides there's one guy who plays both. Mm-hmm. But they know their role, whether they're on offense or they're on defense, and they're proud of that. And I think the other position, whether it be offense or defense, knows how important the other person is to the success of the team.
How much does the team enjoy the crowds that you've had and the excitement for them?
I think that's something that's really, really helps. When we have home games, we play at the junior high in the old gym, and it's just packed. We've had a full house every home game this year, and the kids just love the atmosphere, the cheering, the chanting, the yelling. I think that really gives us some extra motivation at home games. On the road, there isn't as much of that, which sometimes is all right because then our kids can really just focus in on the game. So they both have their advantages, but it's been awesome to have all the support that we have this year.
Are there some special things going on this week, special practices or send-offs or anything of that sort with the state tournament on the horizon?
Yeah, we've done a couple things. We're having a couple different scrimmages this week against some different. We played the middle school teacher or the junior high teachers yesterday. As something kind of fun, change of pace in practice. We have another scrimmage later on this week, and then on Friday there's a big pep fest, I believe, in the morning at the high school, where we'll bring everyone in and they'll have a big celebration. And then I'm not sure if at the end of the day we'll have a send-off or anything, but that's about it for celebration in Owatonna, at least.
Sure. And then, okay, so state adapted floor hockey for someone not real familiar with it. Adapted floor hockey. How do you describe what the game is, or what the style of play, or just the thoughts of the game itself?
Well, with the adapted piece, there's two divisions, which I think a lot of people probably want to know. There's a CI, which is a cognitive impairment division. So the students in there have to have a cognitive disability. And then there's the PI division, which is the physical impairment division. So they have to have some type of physical handicap. But they could have full intellectual abilities. But they're just confined to a wheelchair. They have walkers or something. The sport of floor hockey is kind of like regular ice hockey, but at the same time, it's pretty different. The defensive players have to stay in the defensive zone. The offensive players have to stay on the offensive side. They can't cross the center line. And then there's one player who's the center or the rover who's able to go the full court. So that's the big difference from ice hockey. But other than that, it's still kind of the same gameplay. Obviously, you're trying to score goals. We have helmets and sticks, and some of our kids like to wear gloves. It's just kind of a personal preference. But that's about all that I know.
All right. Well, it's very, very exciting. Owatonna has been a regular participant in the state tournament for years and years and years, and certainly going in as an unbeaten team, as is peaking here at a good time, I would imagine. Any other quick comments or anything else to share, John?
I don't think so. Just if you want to come out and support us, we're playing at Bloomington Jefferson Recreation Center Friday night at 8 o'clock.
All right, and the tournament continues on Saturday, regardless of the outcome on Friday, so multiple games.
Regardless of the outcome, yep.
Very good. John Scheil, the coach for Owatonna Adapted Floor Hockey, thank you for the time, and best of luck to you guys at state.
Well, thank you, Roy.